year. Call 1-800-875 4550 today.
For over 50 years, Larry H. Parker has fought insurance companies to recover over $1 billion for people just like you. And we only get paid when you win. Call the offices of Larry H. Parker. We'll fight for you.
Right now, it's new information in the Nancy Guthrie case. 2 ransom notes now made public. What they say and why investigators are releasing them now.
I'm Hetty Chang in Irvine, where we're learning more about this neighborhood's action to that kid. 3 men involved. That story coming up.
An influencer and model held in jail without bail as she awaits trial. I'm Alex Rozier. I'll have details on her interesting day in court. I'll have that story coming up.
NBC4 News at 6 starts with breaking news.
And we begin tonight at 6 with the search for Nancy Guthrie. For the first time, we're seeing the 2 ransom notes in this case. Good evening, everyone. I'm Carolyn Johnson.
And I'm Colleen Williams. Authorities are hoping someone will recognize the writing style and help them find those responsible for kidnapping Guthrie from her home in Tucson, Arizona 6 months ago.
NBC4's Robert Kovacic covered this story extensively for us from Tucson, and he's here now to break down more on these 2 letters.
All right, let's break it down. Carolyn and Colleen, the 2 takeaways is the revelation that Nancy Guthrie died shortly after she was dragged out of her bed from her home 6 months ago tonight. Second takeaway here, an apology. Now, the first note, which was sent 1 day after she was taken, begins with this chilling message. And it was sent on February 2nd, the day after her family reported her missing. It was addressed directly to Savannah, and it reads in part, "We have your mother, Nancy. She is safe but scared. If payment is not received by the last deadline on Monday at 5 p.m., she will be killed. Your mother is aware life is in your hands." The letter goes on to demand $4 million in 3 days, $6 million in 1 week time. Here is the second note. It was sent 4 days later on February 6th, and it is addressed to the entire Guthrie family, and it says that Nancy has died. It reads, in quote, "We did not fully grasp the seriousness of her physical condition. We never intended to hurt her. That was not our intention. She perished shortly after she was taken. We believe it was heart-related. She is buried in nature now. Nothing you could have done could have changed the outcome. We want your family to know this and hope you can all find peace. We are truly sorry." It has been 181 days since the mother of our colleague, Today Show host Savannah Guthrie, was reported missing. They have ransom notes. They have video of an alleged abductor at her front door. The FBI has thousands of tips and still nothing. For Savannah and her siblings, all they want to know right now is where to find the body of their mother. This week, another plea.
The world can be a cruel and unforgiving place. And I know that you have tried to do things the right way. So I'm asking you, begging you, to do the right thing now. Make the right choice. Help us find her. Tell us where to look for her.
Sheriff says the answer here could be one call away, one tip away. But by releasing these notes, it is a reminder of what the FBI did with the Unabomber, for instance. Publishing his writings led him to being identified. And so the Pima County Sheriff's Department at 6 months is trying this tactic, insisting the investigation is ongoing. But ladies, of course, let's make no mistake here. This underscores where we are right now in this investigation. We are nowhere.
Yeah.
There is no suspect. There are no significant leads. And once again, it is a plea from the Sheriff's Department in Arizona for the public's help.
But these are very distinctive notes, the way they read, the tone, the wording in them. We'll talk with you more tonight.
Again, like the Unabomber, it just took a couple of days after it was released, and the family's like, wait a second, this is the guy.
That looks familiar.
Yeah.
All right, Robert, thank you. We have breaking news that we're covering out of San Fernando right now. The search continues for the person who stabbed a man to death at a Metrolink station. This happened around 2 o'clock this afternoon. A street vendor told NBC4 he saw a group of people near the station before it suddenly became a crime scene. And we've learned police think the attacker may be in a motel nearby. The investigation has not affected train service on Metrolink's Antelope Valley line. We will have more from the scene coming up on the NBC4 News at 7.
And now to our weather. This extreme heat is here to stay through the weekend. You're looking live from 4 of our cameras across LA County. Meteorologist Melissa McGee tracking your first alert forecast this evening.
Yeah, Carolyn and Colleen, temperatures once again above average. I want to show you some of the high temperatures we had today on our Friday. Lancaster 106, 102 for both Riverside and Chino this afternoon. Van Nuys in the San Fernando Valley 100, and downtown Los Angeles maxing out at 91 degrees. So it is still very hot inland. We've got 90 in West Covina, 94 in Ontario, 99 degrees in Santa Clarita. It's a little cooler right now. LAX, we're coming in at 75 degrees. So the heat alerts do stay up. We've got an extreme heat warning in pink, heat advisories in orange. These will not expire until the end of our weekend. So a long duration event that we're tracking here. So let's talk about the weather headlines. We've got widespread 90s and triple-digit heat on the way away from the coast. It is hot. It is dry. It's locally breezy, so there is a high risk of rapid fire growth. And along the coast, high surf, minor flooding is a concern. We've got a tropical system that is moving away from our region, but it is churning up those seas. So just a reminder to swim where lifeguards are on duty. We'll talk about the details coming up with your first alert forecast. Colleen and Carolyn, back over to you.
Melissa, thank you for that. We have breaking new details to tell you about in the kidnapping and deadly shooting in Chino Hills Wednesday night. That's where one of the victims was shot in the trunk of a car. Sheriff's investigators just released the names of the 3 men involved, and they now confirmed all 3 knew each other.
NBC4's Hetty Chang is live in Irvine for us, the neighborhood where the 2 accused kidnappers lived. Hetty.
Yeah, we've been out here all day long talking with neighbors, so many of them in shock and disbelief that the 2 men who lived here could be involved in such violent crimes. NBC4 obtained this security video showing the moment investigators served a search warrant at the home on Crossover in Irvine.
So the police and the SWAT had all their guns drawn. That's when they told us to go inside.
San Bernardino County Sheriff's investigators say 67-year-old Zhang Feng Bo and 66-year-old John Quan Bo lived at the Irvine home together. The men, they say, are responsible for the kidnapping and murder of 60-year-old Shakur Akbar of Chino Hills. Akbar's eldest daughter among the dozens of family members devastated and mourning.
He was the best dad, best person. To anyone around him, everyone would say he's just a blessing to have around.
Investigators say Zhang Feng, who was shot and killed by deputies at the end of a pursuit Wednesday night, knew Akbar through a previous work relationship. What caused the Irvine man and his alleged accomplice to kill and kidnap Akbar in the trunk of a car, his family is desperate to know.
I want to know why, because it just does not make sense. Nothing of this makes sense. It feels like I'm going to be in I just wish this is a bad dream and I wake up, he would be here.
Yeah, that daughter did tell us that she did recognize the names of the 2 men. Jen Quan Bo was booked on suspicion of murder and kidnapping. He's in custody, being held without bail. We're live in Irvine tonight. Hetty Chang, NBC4 News.
Today, an LA influencer and model accused of at least 7 high-end thefts was back in court following her latest arrest. This time, the judge ruling she be held without bail as she awaits trial.
NBC4's Alex Rozier joins us live from the courthouse in Van Nuys with what happened inside today. Alex.
Colleen and Carolyn, this was a bail hearing after police say that Adva Levy removed her court-ordered ankle monitor. So the prosecution called a woman to the stand who testified that she saw Adva Levy without her ankle monitor on. Then as Levy was walked out of the courtroom, Levy yelled to the bailiff, speaking of that woman on the stand, saying, quote, "She is a drunk." But as for the case, the judge ruled that she will be held with no bail. Levy made news last year when the LA County Sheriff's Office said she stole from wealthy older men and younger women. Levy then pleaded not guilty after she was charged with 6 felonies. But this week she was arrested again for a different theft case out of Riverside County. And because officers discovered she wasn't wearing court-ordered ankle monitor. So now that judge ordered that she remain in jail. And afterward, we heard from her defense attorney.
Adva has gone through a lot in her life. She's a work in progress. She is not perfect. She's made mistakes, but she's doing the best she can. She's improving, and we're proud to represent her. And obviously, the judge made a decision today. We respect it completely, but it doesn't change our perspective on the case.
In addition to other outbursts, Levy also requested a Hebrew interpreter, though many people, including a Hebrew interpreter, said that Levy speaks fluent English. For now, she will remain in the LA County jail without bail as she awaits trial. Reporting live, I'm Alex Rozier, NBC4 News.
Next here at 6, our investigative reporter Eric